Hello, beautiful souls. So I have changed my location, not because, um, not because of anything untoward. Like say that I'm not doing it if it's not fun. If I find myself doing it and it's not fun, I change my attitude. And if that doesn't work, I change my location. But this time I didn't change my location for those reasons. I changed my location so that I can cat sit for a couple of weeks. But guess what? There's a bonus right over there. Let me show you. Right over there are some roosters, and momentarily they're being quiet. Now that is it happened earlier at 11 o'clock in the morning, and now it's happening again. But I'm going to turn you this way and show you palms, and then there is an amazing hibiscus tree that actually has two, hold on a second, it actually has two colors of flowers, yellow and red. And so it's just beautiful. It is 30 feet tall, and where I was earlier, we can get them to grow to 3 feet. We thought we've really done something. So here, even in spite of how dry it is, we're moving into the dry season now, and things will get dirty and dusty, and it's pretty dusty anyway. Well, they managed to thrive here because they have over generations adapted. So right now, one of the things that's happening in all of our lives is an adaptation. We're adapting to new well, if you're like me, you're adapting to new environments, new ways of doing things, new ways of thinking about things. And, the food is different. My diet has changed. I'm no longer a breadie. I love bread, but when you go somewhere new, you have the opportunity to switch everything up. So my invitation is, don't wait to need to go somewhere to be able to do that. Go ahead and switch it up now. And I'm going to be sharing some of the journeys I've been having recently because they are so incredibly rich, and I want you to be able to hear them. So I will be on Wednesday, starting this Wednesday, I'm going to start to post my journeys. I might do a little, I won't probably do a live, I'll probably do a video talking about the journey, and then I'll post the journey so you can read it, because some of us are visual and some of us are auditory, and some of us use all of our senses. So in the journeys, that's one of the things that happened. And you may not know that I wrote a book called Journeys of Transformation that is a manual that teaches you how to be able to have journeys. It's got an accompanying sacred drumming MP3, and with that you have the ability to journey anytime, anywhere that you desire. The book and the accompanying MP3 are designed so that you can do it, wait one second, little bug, so you can do it on your own. One of the missions that I have is not that you become dependent on me to be able to do your shamanic journeys, to initiate and continue your, sorry, this little guy really likes me. To be able to do your journeys, to be able to ask your guidance for information. Today I had a journey, and what I was told is that I'm still entertaining a poverty mindset. So I had some moments about that, and then I realized that I have been here not buying anything. I have no casa. So there's accumulating is not happening, but I'm wearing out, I'm wearing out the pair of shoes that I have been wearing every day since the beginning of October. And so I've been like, oh, I don't really want to buy new shoes. But I realized that maybe that's the thing that's going to bump that poverty mentality out of the way. So when you get guidance from your guides, and no matter how long you've been doing journey, or how accomplished you think you are, or what you think you've achieved in the world, there is always growth to be had. So looking at that and going, oh, okay, so what's an action step? And this is the beautiful thing about shamanic journeys, is there's always an action step to be taken. So you do the journey, you get the information. I use 5 archetypes, and we're going to start to talk about that and how you can use them as well to be able to understand your journeys. And then using these archetypes, there's also one called the magician. What are you going to do about it in the practical world? Because what magic does is it takes something, and through the process of alchemy, it changes it, it shapeshifts it into something else. But it requires some action, it requires participation. So as I talk about these, and as I post them, the thing that's going to also happen, because when you have a journey and you share it with someone, you have the ability to learn something. And when you learn something, you have the ability to heal it. You know, there's that saying that says, when you know better, you do better. But I got to tell you, that's really a lie. Because a whole bunch of us know that maybe we shouldn't be eating this thing, or maybe we ought to be doing this other thing, and yet we don't do it. However, when you learn something, you have the ability to heal something. So out of every journey, there's a lesson, there's a healing, and then there's a practical application. Because these journeys are amazing. Your imagination knows no boundaries. And we get to tap into it. And in that tapping into it, what we get the ability to do is to craft our dream life. Now, you know, in the crafting of it, it might not flow in the way that you think it's going to flow. However, it's not the destination. It wasn't me getting to Mexico so that I was avoiding another Pacific Northwest winter. It wasn't. That was the destination. The journey and where I went on the travels to get here, well, you know, that's a huge story in itself. So when we set a destination, when you go into a journey, and I like to use, show me what I need to know about, and then whatever it is that I want to know about. So my golly, these little bugs, they're called bobos. And they come at this time of the year. They're teeny weeny, and they just zip around in front of your face. They're not harmful or anything. I don't know what their good is. I don't know. I don't know what they do in the food chain, but they come and then they zip in front of your face. So if you see me doing that, that's what's going on. So the thing about journeying and about setting your intention and then asking your divine guidance. You ask your divine guidance, you go to source. And out of that, you get information like, you know, I'm still in poverty mindset, so I get to shift that up. The way that I shift it up is by, I'm going to go buy some shoes. Yay! And so it's practical, right? Because these are getting worn out right through. They're Tevas. I think I've had them now for 11 years. So you get to use the information that you're given in the journey to expand your life. And imagine this. Imagine that I go and I get those shoes, and all of a sudden things start to change. My mindset changes. What I attract changes. How I think about abundance changes. And all because I did a journey, I set an intention, I asked for guidance, I got the guidance. Oh, hang on one second. There's a cat who has just discovered that the chair is really close to the rail and he can jump. So we'll just avoid that, and I'm going to show you the cat. There, that's one. So here's the other thing, is that when you are adaptable, sure that's steady, when you're adaptable, when you're flexible, when you're not like, I'm getting interrupted in the middle of this because this cat's going to like figure out how to get down. Um, when you're flexible enough to be able to flow with that, to not get upset, to actually have calm and peace and contentment. You know, I've been thinking about contentment a lot and what does it feel like? And I am finding that I'm very content. And sometimes it makes me nervous. I'm like, I got to be doing something. But when I feel the feeling, so I feel, I'm content. And then I feel the other agitation, I get to choose, where do I want to live? If it's my dream life, and it is, you know, Don Miguel Ruiz talks about this is all a dream. So if this is your dream life, how do you want to feel? And when you feel that feeling and then you feel something else, you know, I talk about fear and excitement. They're very similar in the body. And however, there's an automatic fear reaction. And it was infused into us, probably in utero, before we even got here. And then we continue to carry it. But when you come to a place where you can feel contentment, and then you can feel the other, thank you, finally. When you can feel the contentment, and then you can feel something other than that, you get to be at choice. What do I choose? You know, yesterday I was talking to someone who is depressed. And they were like, oh no, you know, I don't have any control over it. But there is actually, you do. You have control over, well, probably this is the only thing you have control over. You have the control over the way you respond to things. Our immediate reaction is gasp and contraction. But what if it's not necessary? What if, must be true, what if you get to be at choice? You know, this is the only life you get in this body. Your soul might continue, your soul continues, but this body doesn't, this personality doesn't. So there's a thing that Gary Zukov said. He said that, I think, I'm paraphrasing, contentment, bliss, elevation, enlightenment is when the personality comes to serve the soul. Ta-da! So, is your personality serving your soul? Are you on your soul's journey? Oh my God, that is so good. Wow, thank you for that. Are you on your soul's journey? You know, I happen to feel at this moment in time that absolutely. That I set my intention years ago to be in Mexico in the winter. Now, all of the twists and turns, the non-attachment, the letting go, the dropping along the way is maybe not the way I might have planned it. But the journey is the adventure. And I just happen to believe, hang on, get my tea. I happen to believe that because I have been on this journey and because I have allowed Spirit to guide me, that I know in my heart and in my toes, I know that I can help you do the same thing. Now, overcoming all of that, moving through the emotions and coming out the other side where I feel content, where I feel happy. I'm excited that there's roosters over there. And when I walk that path, I know I can help you walk the path too. So I'm going to start posting my journeys so that you can read them, so you can get inspired to do your own journeys. Now, whether you hire me to help you do that, and you do my course, or come and join my membership group that meets once a month for $50, 3 hours, actually next Saturday, so hop on, I'll put the information in there so you can join me. No matter which of these you do, buy the book, get the MP3, and journey for yourself so that you can live your dream life. And you know, I think that one of the saddest things is when people have regrets, that they have regrets about their life. So mm, so begin to write out what it is that you desire. You know, I'm very fortunate. This is the third house I've lived in the last, well, since the middle of November. I get different environments. I get different experiences because of the proximity to the plaza where the activity is all happening. I was out in San Juan Cosala, and I got the ability to go to the spa there twice. So people, and you know, I was talking about moving and paring down so that I don't have a bunch of stuff that I'm dragging around. And if you've been watching me for a while, you might remember that I got that backpack. Remember, I was going to do the 20 pounds in the backpack? Uh-huh. So I'm now down to, I have a tote and a carry-on. And I had a food bag and a bathroom bag. So acquiring is not something I'm interested in doing right now. But as you craft your dream life, allow yourself some flexibility so that, you know, if you have to run over and move the chair because the cat realizes that it can get on the rail, then be flexible in your life. But craft the life you want to love. And if you don't have it, or if you have snippets of it, feel into more of that. And so I'm going to let you go with that. So, but before I do, hold on one second. Let's give away some love, because that's the best way I know to get some. All right, so energize your hands. Put your hands on your heart. Take a nice deep breath and open your arms wide. I give freely and fully all that the universe has for me. I give it back. And then I accept, big old bowls with your hands, and I embrace, put it in your heart, all the good the universe has for me. So one more time, I open fully and freely to give, accept, and embrace all the good the universe has for me. One more time, just because it feels good. And as a matter of fact, this is a big heart opener in yoga. It's also good for your back, and if you're somebody who sits on the computer, you're going to really experience that. So one last time, I open fully and freely to give, accept, and embrace all the good the universe has for me and for you. And in case no one has told you so far today, you are amazing. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. If you're watching the replay, thank you for doing that. Learn how to journey. Learn how to tap into your own deep intuition and live your life guided in that way. Namaste, aho, bliss, and I appreciate you. Bye-bye. Oh, look at that heart. Goes with my hair. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.